On today's Minute Apes, we're all going to talk like Inspector Hopkins. No, but we'll eventually turn up. I hope you'll excuse the inconvenience we've all caused you, but we have good news for you, Senor Armando.
Exercise with an ape maker, human down. It talks. Legacy is of the divine bound. We are determined to know what the apes want, war or peace.
The only good human is a dead human.
And if it is man's destiny one day to be dominated, then, oh, please, God, let him be dominated by such as you.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. And I get a little creeped out as I listen to my friend Richard kind of interrogate me in a sweet way, and I know that some ominous shit's about to go down. Don't ever talk to me like that again.
Todd, what did he ask you to sign?
Oh, and I said Hoskins. I meant Kulp. Kulp is the one who was doing doing the dialogue. But who cares?
Who cares?
I'm sure they're going to be vital characters in this movie.
Kulp. Right. It sounds like a drink at 7-Eleven.
So before we get into all those things, Sean, why don't you go ahead and tell us what's going on with this minute?
All right, we're going to start minute 38 with Caesar watching Lisa leave and ends with Armando asking what he's being asked to sign.
All right, let's take a listen to this minute of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Ah, Senor Armando. George, let me go.
This way, senor, this way.
Sit down, sit down. We have good news for you.
Good news.
Yes, you're to be released. Inspector Hoskins and I have come to believe that your ape is not the child of the two talking chimpanzees.
You found him?
Not yet, but he'll turn up sooner or later. I'm sorry for the inconvenience we had to cause you, and I hope you'll forgive us, but it was unavoidable.
Oh, yes. Then I'm free to go. Oh, as soon as you sign this sworn declaration. What does it say?
As minute 38, we have a courtyard worth of gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, imported apes, Caesar, and a planet's worth of humans.
So I want to jump in right away and say that thank God somebody finally realized the language of film, which is I go from one location.
You said it, yeah.
And then I said some kind
another.
Right.
Well, yeah. We're going back to the Civic Center that we left earlier, and hey, we're establishing that in this building, this is what's happening. Yeah.
And it tells
I wonder why this might be important.
So it tells me, though, there are things about it that doing this that help me understand your story. Yes, you've been in an underground bunker that is very dark, but when our characters went into that bunker, it was daylight outside, which we know because of the daylight, we were able to see Erroneous Camera Person off to the right. They go into the bunker, and then now we're going to set it. We know we're in a different building. We know it's nighttime. We know time has passed.
I don't think this center is going to be very civic, do you?
No, I don't think so either.
It's a very tall civic center building. I mean, this is like a series of offices, not really a civic center. It's an office complex or a high-rise building, office building. Well, but it was very, for all the bad cuts we've had recently, this one was just very, very intentional.
But it was very, very good because of that.
I know. And we can talk about it in future minutes, why it's relevant. But right now, I was like, wow, that was really intentional. Okay.
So we get the shot of that building, and you are right, it is very intentional. I'd never quite thought of an intent, but you are correct. If you don't set that moment, then moments later don't work. We get the shot of is that Kulp?
That is Kulp. I said Hoskins when I was doing the voiceover when I was talking about it, but it's Kulp.
So as Armando's led into a room, he's kind of reading a report, which is just a classic, I'm prepping myself, and there's been action occurring that's leading it to me, and we bring Armando into a room that has an odd thing about it. I assumed as he's brought in and put into the dentist chair, there are 3 windows behind him, and they're blue. Why are they blue? Because it was a very black, dark night outside. Blue can be that nighttime thing if you shoot day for night and do that kind of thing, but why aren't they just sort of barely illuminated or have some passing light? You can do things like
a guard light going in front of the skylight somehow.
Yeah, and all that would take is somebody just be on this set. Hell, I will tell you, literally, my first shoot that I ever worked on was a music video for a guy named Dean Dillon who wrote a lot of George Strait's hits. He's in a diner, and they wanted it to look like cars are passing by, and I took a silver reflector board, and about every 10 seconds would go like that and would catch light, so that in the shot it looked like cars are passing by him. Do something like that. That would be so much more interesting than just blue.
So here's my question. How long has all this taken since Armando has been separated from Caesar? Is it been a day? Has it been 2 days? Has it been a week? Because Caesar's gone through a lot. His new training, he's got a new job, he's picked his name. Did that take a day? I don't understand the length of time, because Armando, looks tired, but he doesn't look like he's, besides being confused and maybe a little sweaty, he doesn't look like he's in any real distress.
Well, I had to go back and look while you guys were talking to kind of look back. He's wearing the exact same outfit he has for the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
None of that has changed.
Yeah.
The riding pants, the tan pants and the boots were a little jarring because we've largely seen him in shots where you only see from his waist up. So when that bright tan came through, I had to go back and remind myself that he was actually wearing those pants and boots earlier on because
because he's from the circus. Yeah, the circus that you come flying in a helicopter to promote.
Right, that you still took your. Well, I mean, he needed more flair if he really wanted to look like he's from the circus in the big city.
So, Richard, does the script ever have anything that? So after he and Caesar part ways in that stairway, does it ever show him being caught or thrown into a holding cell anywhere?
No.
You would think that. I realize why they've kept him out of the script for a long time is to create that idea of there is something ominous and scary going on. But you still could have had that time, and it could have at least explained what had happened to him if we'd seen him caught, if we'd seen him thrown into a holding cell, and he's, looking worn out and scared and anything like that. That then leads to this even being more ominous. So that's a very odd choice that we don't see that sequence of events that allows him to tell his story.
He could have just been sitting in the hallway,
Yeah.
I mean,
like if he's into the principal's office.
It's the CinemaSins just recently put out a breakdown on, or their breakdown on Rise of Skywalker, where at the beginning of it, Emperor Palpatine says we're going to attack in 16 hours, and the whole movie is supposed to take place over 16 hours, and you just see them going planet to planet to planet, and they keep on going. Wait, there's going to be an attack in 16 hours. Does this feel like 16 hours? I have no sense of time or what's going on here. Has it been 16 hours? Has it been 16 days? Give me something that tells me what's going on, because I'm assuming it's been a week because of all the training that Caesar's gone through and all that stuff. But no, Armando is kind of just a little put out. It's kind of humid in here.
Well, you're right. Armando really should have been the one to give us an indication.
He should have
a story. Tell us how long it's been. Yeah,
he should look weathered. His clothes. He should be in different clothes.
Right.
When they bring him in, he should be saying, "You've had me in here for a week. When are you going to tell me what's going on? Are you bringing charges against me?" Something like that.
He should be in some kind of prison jumper or something like that, a paper suit like they give them. Anything, but you're also shortchanging your audience, because the audience needs to know that this world exists and is going in multiple ways at once. by making it so linear, you're almost hurting Caesar's character. You're almost hurting what his struggle is. So it's a very, very odd choice. And I also hate that they didn't give Ricardo Montalban more, because usually I would say Roddy McDowell's the best thing about a movie, but Ricardo, when he gets his scenes, is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So this is basically just a lot of exposition from Kulp about, the status of everything, right?
Yeah.
Tells him to sit down. We have good news for you. You're going to be released. Hoskins and I have become convinced your ape is not the child of the 2 talking chimps. And then Armando gets excited, right? You found him. There's some hope that Armando knows that Caesar's around. But I don't know why Armando would be excited, because now I'd be nervous that they've actually found the talking ape.
Well, if I can interject there, what if in those scenes prior, when he's arrested, when he's thrown into a holding cell, or maybe an interrogation cell, somebody asks him, is your ape the descendant of these? No. Then when Hoskins tells him, or whatever his name is, we were convinced of this, then there's a sense of either they're lying to him, they're manipulating, or he can be relieved. Why would he even be scared about this? Because no one said anything to him before that this is something he needs to worry about.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the gotcha is that they're doing here with, hey, all right, we've decided, hey, we've changed our mind. You don't have a talking ape. Just sign this and you'll be free to go.
Right.
What is the getcha? What's the monkey's paw that he's doing here that once he signs it, never mind, we've got your talking ape over here. No, they don't have that. Is it going to be later they come back and find him? I mean, I don't understand what they're going to get out of this by having him sign a piece of paper.
We have watched so many movies, and how movies can have, they can be a drama, but then they can have elements of police procedurals and things like that. So we've seen enough of this interjection. If you're going to do a police procedural, you must set up that the character has a reason to be afraid of what's going to come out, so that when you offer them the deal, we know why they're freaking afraid.
It's one of those things where if you're a detective or something like that, investigation, you're not supposed to ask a question that you don't know the answer to already. Mm-hmm. That way you can see what that person tells you. What are they getting out of this by having him sign this? What does that tell them? That he doesn't have a talking ape? Oh, yay. That's what he's been telling you the whole time.
Right. Well, it's a scene that should be in the film. It just needed a scene prior to it to make its context.
Set up something, yeah.
And by the way, I would like to interject that it wasn't that Rise of Skywalker occurred within 16 hours. It's the fact that the film felt like it took 16 hours to watch it.
Oh.
I don't hate it that bad. That is a head scratching film that maybe in an in between we're going to have to talk about, because I don't know that we've done enough about that.
All
right, Richard, do you have anything else?
I don't.
Sean?
That's it for me.
Then heary, that minute is done. We will be back tomorrow with another minute of Conquest of Planet of the Apes. Till then, everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The minute of the apes.